Good day, everyone. I'm your MIL teacher, Mr. Aldrin G. Sikitin, and today we're going to talk about media and information literate individual. But before that, let us have first the objectives for this lesson. After tackling the things under this lesson, you are expected to relate the overall implication of media and information to an individual and the society as a whole. Before dealing with the characteristics of a media and information literate individual, let us have first define media and information literate person in general. So, a media and information literate person, and everyone should have the opportunity to become one, can decode, appraise, and produce both print and electronic media. The vital objective of media and information literacy is critical autonomy affiliation to all media and information. So meaning, if you have the ability to critically use and produce information using different types of media, we can say that this subject or this discipline is successful enough. Here are the 5 qualities of media that may add up to the above mentioned or the before mentioned characteristic of a media and information literate person. First, we have media are constructed and be part of the reality and construct the reality itself, wherein it helps to make things be done and touchable or doable for others. The second one is media have commercial implications, meaning it can help to promote a certain product or services, thus it helps in increasing the sales or the consumption of that specific product or service. Next, we have media have ideological and political implications. So, it may affect how people see or believe in things or the belief of people. It may also spread some ideas or political views around the world. The fourth one is form and content are related in each medium, each of which has a unique aesthetic, codes, and conventions. So, meaning, each type of media, for example, print and broadcast media, have their own unique characteristics. But, if we are going to observe and critically analyze, they have also similarities in some aspects. And lastly, receivers negotiate meaning in media. So meaning, when information or ideas were being delivered, receivers of that specific information or idea have the ability to have the shared understanding of that message. After discussing the qualities or the additional qualities of media, let us now have the things that media brought to us. Let us start with the improved quality of life. Given all the consolidation of media companies, it is simple to doubt whether the news we get from major media is the full story or not. After all, it's not an erratic occasion to hear the latest celebrity scandal or death than a political uprising somewhere in the world. One of the things that attracted the people to social networking sites is the instantaneous access to other sources of information. Media is very useful for mounting our sources of content as a whole. So, in this, we could say that media helped us in accessing information. So it becomes easier for us to see or hear news all around the world. Next, we have greater political participation. Research has constantly found that people who consume more news media have a better probability of being civically and politically engaged across a diversity of measures. Social media brings politicians and parties closer to their potential voters. It allows politicians to communicate quicker and reach citizens in a more targeted manner and vice versa. So with the help of media, we can now voice out our political views. Next is better economic opportunities. The accomplishment of social media is grounded on one thing, and that is conversation. When you use social media sites for your business, it allows you to amplify the conversation that environs or surround your brand. You must comprehend, however, that if you are using social media platforms suitably, you must be as devoted to the conversations through social media as your customers are. The full potential of social media as a marketing tool was certainly not grasped at that point. The choice by business people at that time to use social media as a marketing device was because social media does not cost a lot of money and nobody had a lot of money to spend. We can observe this good effect or help of social media in the present times. We can see that a lot of companies are using their social media sites in promoting their product. We can observe that, for example, Facebook does not charge a specific brand when that brand is posting an advertisement. We can observe the fourth one on our learners. Media has improved learning environment. Media can be a constituent of vigorous learning strategies such as group discussions or case studies. It could be a film clip, a song you hear on the radio, podcast of a lecture, or a newspaper article. It can be used in almost any discipline to improve learning, both in class and also for out-of-class assignments. Here are the advantages of media for students. First, popular media like films, music, or YouTube are a familiar medium to students that helps gain attention and uphold interest in the perceptions under discussion. Second, students can sharpen their analytical skills by examining media using the theories and concepts they are studying. And lastly, students can experience worlds beyond their own, especially if the media are sharply different from their local environment. Going back to the contributions of media, the last one would be more cohesive social units. Back then, phones were with old-style dials. They weren't even answering machines. If you called someone and they did not answer the phone, you had to call back and try to catch them in real time. Today, if you can catch someone on the phone, you can leave a voicemail or send a text. Or even better, tweet, Facebook message, or touch base in some other means. You can see what others are doing within seconds, assuming they share it on social network of some sort. It is far easier to do something remarkable and noticeable and have it reach people across the planet than it has been at any time in our history. We now have truly globalized voices. What a privilege! So So those are the contributions of media in our life. So if you have questions regarding this week's lesson, you may ask or you may send them to or on our GCs. And I'm willing to answer all your questions. Again, I'm your MIL teacher, Mr. Aldrin G. Sikitin. Thank you. Have a great day ahead and stay safe.